Alright, for this episode, I'll just do like a basic map series for the map Pearl. So usually you want to contest A main over B main. One reason is that the orb is uh, a lot easier for both defenders and the attackers to get. Well, this orb, it's pretty hard for like defenders to get this orb. And like even if attackers go to here, they'll feel pretty uncomfortable getting this orb. Cause why? Cause there's no cover here for you to get the orb. But compared to A main, where there's this wall that will like help you get the orb, right? There's this wall that will block off defenders if you're getting it as an attacker. That's one big reason why teams will prioritize taking A main fights over other parts of the map. Then another reason is that it's easier to hold this map control that you've gained, like hold this area, because you could play in this spot, you could play in this spot, you could play in behind the box, you could play here, maybe off angle here. There's a lot of angles where you could play to hold this map control you gain. Well, for B main, it's harder for you to really have that many angles for you to play because there's crossfires that you can set up from A main. But for B, it's pretty hard for you to, like, there's this spot you could play in, and then pretty much this spot, maybe this spot. There's not that many angles you could play in to hold this B main control compared to A main. And then that's A and B. Or that's why teams usually fight for A early on. But you can still default. You could maybe even say smoke off here, and you can still take this orb, deny them info from B main. That's still fine. But usually you want A main control. And then for mid is kind of hard for defenders to really push up just because there's this like wall in the middle. You can't really like set up a crossfire. Say a player here, a player pursue here, you can't really effectively trade your teammate, or the enemy can set up like a 2v1 on you. So it's pretty hard for defenders to push out from mid. And it's also kind of hard for defenders to hold mid, just because there's like, it's really claustrophobic in mid. There's not that much space for defenders to play in. But for attack, it can also be hard, because once you take mid, you might not have that much map control to transition into like an actual site exit if you don't have like any main control and you only have mid control. It could be hard for you to do that. So make sure that if you go through mid, at least hold like the main area. Don't let them push you out. For agents, there's some different choices on this map. I've seen some KO being picked. I think KO, it could be pretty good. There's some like good knife spots. There's some like unbreakable knives to give you pretty good early round info, right? But I just feel like for KO, you need to pair it up with like a jet or a neon. Cause with KO, you could flash and set up, say like a jet dash to here. This jet will break the timing. If we're like normally when they fight A, maybe smoke, maybe dart, this jet can break this timing, or this neon can slide here and break the timing and catch defenders off guard. right before they're ready to take this A fight. I think that's what makes KO pretty good. Then there's also a difference in Tejo. See, like more and more teams start to use Tejo, but there are also some teams like G2 that likes to use Chamber. I think like these two comps are what, like this was Sentinels run and they play a Tejo Fade, and this is what G2 runs, they play a Chamber Sova. I think Chamber is good to punish teams during their transition period. Say like when the round starts, you start the round, you use some of your signature utils, so you use your Tejo nade, use your Fade Eye, maybe Astra Suck. Then you gotta wait like 20-30 seconds for these utils to come back up to go into maybe Axa, right? Or mid round. Sorry, this is kind of hard to write with the mouse, right? But from this period to this period, it's at least like 30 seconds. And this is when it's like a transition period. And that's where I think Chamber is good at. Because during this transition period, maybe like you can have your initiator or your teammates set the Chamber up to some like aggressive off angles. And since like the enemy team are in their transition period, they're not gonna have that much util to clear you out, right? So that's when Chamber can start to punish you. But I think Tejo can kind of counter Chamber in a way by like destroying his TPs or destroying his trips. But I feel like most of the time Tejo will still use his like nuke ability, like this guided salvo, uses salvo on choke points rather than like destroying a Chamber TP here or Chamber TP like here or here. Cause the Chamber can just switch it up a bit, and honestly your salvo might just lose value. So I still think most of the time, even playing against Chamber, teams will still use Tejo Nade to just take map control rather than just hard tunnel visioning on like the Chamber TPs or Chamber traps. And during mid round, Tejo should really save up his drone to clear out Chamber. That's what I think. That's what I think the Tejo should do, because you only have one drone on Tejo. So yeah, save it for mid round. For this 7 versus G2, I'm pretty sure at least one team will pick Pearl, or the third map might be Pearl, like the cider map, because both teams like to play Pearl, right? Sentinels, they first picked Pearl against Loud, and G2 they also first picked Pearl against Leviathan. And see, the match is just starting now. Yeah, Sen picked Pearl. Okay, so I think that whoever wins Pearl has a really good chance of taking the whole series. Just because both teams they just really like playing Pearl, right? And I think it could be such a good confidence booster to beat the other team that's actually good on the map. I'm a little questionable on Abyss. I haven't really seen that much Sentinels Abyss. I think they played it once in like the Africa tournament, like the off-season tournament, but they didn't look that good on Abyss. But yeah, G2 looks pretty good, so yeah. Yeah, Sin has to win Pearl. And oh, it's fracture. Okay, that could be fun. All right, just to get back to what I was saying. I think both teams comp are really good. They have its own like strengths and weaknesses. I think the Tejo comp, it's strong at playing post plant, right? You have freaking this salvo, this bomb that you could just press on iPad and boom boom, you could just delay post plant. You have fade tethers that could also delay like a flood. You have freaking Thorn traps that could delay like 8 to 10 seconds for the choke point. And then you have Astra Suck on top. Like, this comp is super hard to retake against. So I think if G2 are like G2 on defense, they cannot just let Sentinels plant. They cannot play full post plant. I mean full retake. Like they gotta take some early engagements with the Yoru and the Chamber. One way or another. They gotta take some aggressive fights. I say usually around transition period or mid round. I don't think you want to take fights at the start of the round. Just because Tejo Fade is pretty strong, like at the start. And I think this comp is also good at, like when they go on defense, it's also good at fast flooding. Because once they try to plant, you can delay bomb with like Astra Suck, and then you can tether default, and then nuke salvo default, and then start flooding into sight. That could be pretty strong. And I think another part that this Sentinels comp is good at is just creating uncertainty, creating question marks on the map. Because I think Tejo can, like the Tejo Molly can be pretty good to set up your Yoru, right? You can Molly here and then set up this Yoru, insert him on A, and then you could clear around mid, maybe show some util B May. And the Yoru can still play around here. And it's pretty hard for enemy team to like clear out this uncertainty, because Yoru can just TP away. But I think that's what G2 should do. They should, because in early round, I think Sentinel will be stronger. Like their util will be stronger than G2. But G2 has to play up during this transition period to like get re-clear the map control that Sentinels gain, so they can have like maybe try to find picks during the mid round, and then just have more room to play, so that they don't have to go against this full post plant comp. And I think G2's comp is really good at forcing the enemy to use util pretty early on, just because you have to clear out the chamber, right? Maybe you send a Fade Dog here. Maybe early on you have to send a Fade Eye, or like an Astra Suck, Astra Stun, or a Tejo Drone has to be used to push away the chamber or the Yoru. See, that's what this comp is good at. You force the enemy to use some of their like info gathering util, right? Early on in the round. Another thing that's good at is setting up these like long sight lines, right? Creating this pressure that the chamber can have an operator, or maybe even Yoru can have an operator. I think that's a pretty crucial aspect to this game. Is if G2 can get an operator early on in the game or in the half. So I think if Sin wants to win, they have to start up strong. They cannot do what they did what they did last time, playing against Loud, like going 6-1, 1-6 down. Like, I think if you're playing against G2, they're not gonna let you get away with that. Right? They're gonna get an operator early on to get their economy rolling, and then I feel like Sentinel's comp is a little difficult to clear out that operator. Right? You don't have like a Sova drill to clear that out. So yeah, I think Sentinel's gotta start off strong, at least on Pearl, to like win this map and maybe take it to map 3. Or they just win the Abyss. Who knows? Let me see. Yeah, you can see both teams are running Astra, Yoru, and Vice. Like, these 3 are the same. I don't think either teams are gonna change up their comp. I don't think that's gonna happen, but maybe a small tweak could happen just to throw opponent off guard. But probably not. I feel like both teams are still gonna stick to their own comp that they were like striving in. I feel like the Teho Fade that Sentinels is running is more faster paced, right? With their util and taking map control. While the Chamber and Sova is a little bit more methodical. And it's good at holding that map control that they've gained. Now, like I said before, Sen might struggle to push off like strong operator sideline, since like their utils are not, a lot of them are pretty close range, right? It's not those like long range. It's like a dart, a Sova recon dart, or a Sova drone, or like a breach stun. Like Fade Dogs are pretty close range. Fade Eye, it's kind of hard to get long range. Same with Teho drone. Sure, the drone can cover like a lot of map distance, but the line of sight with the drone is pretty short, right? Like, you're not gonna be able to see the operator until you like get to here. So it's still a pretty close range ability. But G2 will definitely struggle if they just go full like retake against the Sentinel comp. They'll definitely struggle. So they have to take fights before just letting Sentinels plant. But like I said before, Sentinels should be stronger at this very start of the round. So that's what G2 might have trouble with. So either mid-round or transition period, G2 should be like actively looking for fights, right, and taking picks during Sentinel's like transition period before just letting them exec off the site. And like I mentioned before, I think Sentinel's got to start off strong, but the pistol round gonna be pretty crucial to this game. Now, if Sentinels are on attack, on attack for pistol round, I think they should watch out for G2 going for like a 4-1, right, on their pistol round. I think G2, if they 4-1, they might either send the 4-man, like the strong side, to B main, push up B main, or they might do it through mid. I think G2 will likely leave the chamber to play the weak side if they 4-1 on pistol round. So for Sen, I'll say that just maybe one way of playing the pistol round is just group up and contact a bit. I feel like maybe this is just one scenario that might happen. They do something like this, right? Like G2 do something like a 4-1 like this. It's like a wise roll here, maybe. I feel like, because I don't think G2, at least for pistol round, I don't think G2 are going to hard fight for A main, because they should know that they're gonna lose it against the Sentinels comp. So they might just do the opposite. They'll give you A main, but they'll 4-man push up, right, for the pistol round. And then leave the chamber here, trying to just get a random pick before TPing out and waiting for a retake. That's why I'm saying I think Sentinels should just contact up A main. Just don't use any util at the start. Walk up A main, and then once to this first corner, send out like a Fade dog here, right? Where's Fade? Once at the first corner, you send a Fade dog through, just to check for chamber. Hold an off angle. And then you can start running onto site Right. I think that's just a pretty normal plan for pistol that I think should work for sentinels. um, no, for G2, like if this happens, right, just go fast flank. Don't don't let sentinels get in their like post plant positions. Just start flanking them, fighting them. Don't give them that much map control to play with. Or you guys can maybe, or G2 can choose to not 4-1. Maybe they could like play something like this, like fake the 4-1, but instead the chamber is baiting that he's weak siding, like he's acting like he's a weak side, while making Sentinel think that, oh, chamber is playing here and he just TP'd out. Maybe they're 4-1ing, and they actually run into the vice traps, a vice setup. So do like a chamber vice on one side, and then faking the weak side with chamber. I think that's something that G2 could do on their defense. On their defense pistol round. And on attack pistol round, it's honestly kind of the same. If G2 goes attack for pistol round, watch out for Sentinel 4-1ing. Maybe G2 could start mid, do like a mid default for their pistol, because I feel like Sentinel's comp may struggle to re-clear mid, especially on pistol round, because they don't have like 2 fade dogs, like 1 drone. They might not have all these utils because it's pistol round, right? Yeah, that's just pretty much what I have to say for Sin and G2. I think this match, like I think Pearl should be great. Oh, you ready up 4-0? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Sentinel's Abyss is that good. I'm be honest. I think G2 just takes Abyss, but Pearl, I think Sentinels could just take Pearl. But yeah. And here's like a game that I like ran across on my like YouTube For You page. They're saying like how Sentinels Academy is dominating. And I went in and I checked the first round. What is going on? I'm a little confused. First of all, just looking at the Sentinels comp, I'm sorry, but I don't really agree with that. I don't really like the Breach pick, especially when you have Taeho and you pick the Breach. I feel like Breach is not that good, because you lack the true info, especially in mid round. I don't know, like how this comp are going to really gain info. All you have is a Taeho drone, like that's it. I think this either has to be a Sova or a Fade, at least in my opinion. Right, but I mean, they could definitely prove me wrong, for sure. I just feel like Breach is not that good. Right, like one thing that I said is the lack of true info. Another thing, for me, what makes Breach good is like stunning across the map from the middle of the map, right? I just feel like as defender on Pearl, it's kind of hard for Breach to feel comfortable playing in like these spots to stun for his teammate. Because I feel like attackers can pretty easily kill you if you play here. Like even if you go back to here, they might still like, you might still feel like unsafe to stun from here. Now if they take over mid, one, you lack info gathering. It's pretty hard for you to re-clear here. Two, it's almost impossible for you to like set up a good stun. Actually no, this stun could be good. Yeah, actually this stun could be good. Yeah, I don't think you can have like a good stun for B. This stun could be good. Yeah, if you play A, like Pit, or backside. Yeah, this time is pretty decent. So yeah, I guess, but I still don't think Reach is that good on this map. I mean, the ult can be really good at taking site, right, and retaking, but it's already a pretty post plant heavy meta on Pearl, where like teams they might just like play around here, or play around here, or play around here. Where I don't think you should heavily prioritize on retake. And that's why I feel like you might lose another big value that Breach brings to the team. But yeah, I'm definitely down for send Academy to Primero, right? But yeah, you just go into the game.
Like talking about the VALs, so many different teams.
Alright, let me lower the volume a bit. First of all, like, oh, what is going on? Like, right when the round started, I was a little confused. What was this team? SAD? I would just say SAD. Why is there 3 players just playing back on B side at the start of Pistol? And the 2 of them are your initiators? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. But I don't really understand that. Like I said before, I believe early control, especially A main control, is pretty crucial on this map. Now I get it, because they have Breach and Tejo. It might be hard for you to fight A main, but at least have like a Sova Dart, or at least have a freaking KO knife ready so that you can get some info and make them maybe use more util to get this map control. Right? I mean, I understand that for pistol rounds, like, maybe you want to show something different to throw opponent off guard. But, I don't know. Like, if you want to do something different, why not just 4-1? Like, push up B main or push through mid. I just feel like sitting back on site on pistol round doesn't really make sense to me. And then another thing I didn't understand is, let me see. Oh yeah, you see this KO knife? I think for second round, SAD threw like a similar KO knife, or like the same KO knife. I mean, I get it that the cross map KO knives are good, but first of all, I don't think at the start of the round these like cross maps are that good. I feel like during mid round, these cross map knives have way more value. And second thing is, like, lots of the times, especially the comp Sen is playing on attack, they're gonna use util and they're gonna make some noise on A main. So like this info that you get with KO knife is somewhat pointless to me. But yeah, I mean, it's just pistol round, so I don't know. But I feel like KO should just play around A main with his duelist rather than relying on cross map knives that much. Let's just keep watching.
And the VALs coming in. A lot of teams at that tier 1 level are starting to run this, so you know, a lot to see whether or not we can see some new niftier ideas coming out of challengers, because this is kind of that like think hub, if you will, of trying out different strategies with all these.
Yeah, just insert Jaja and then they leave. Alright, pretty normal stuff. Doing pretty good. Defender no info mid whatsoever. Still have 2 initiator on B. I mean, yeah, it's pistol round, I guess. Sure. Okay, jump spot sees at least 3 attackers here. I thought here when I first time watching it, I thought they're gonna go for like some type of a B main re-clear play. I thought it's gonna be pretty good. Right, maybe KO walk in the smoke, get ready to flash out the smoke. Sova get ready to dart on the pillar behind Sen Academy. And then Lights get close to the billboard on the right. Get ready to like flash through the smoke. I thought that's what they're gonna do. Like get kind of proactive. Cause like I said before, this Tejo, Astra, Vice, now they even added a breach. How do you retake? To be honest, you can't really retake against that comp. So you gotta be proactive during mid round if you're playing defense. That's what I thought SCD was gonna do. I thought they were gonna make a pretty good play by pop flashing through the B main smoke and re-clearing B main. Like I said before, B main is pretty hard to hold on to, right, compared to A main. I thought they're just gonna go for a pretty good play, but no. They just go back, and then for some reason, Wise just go in the corner, knowing that Tejo has his Smalley up, cause it's 50-second. Like he's gonna have it up, right, around 1 minute. So I don't agree with going to this corner. And then they just get spam and dice to the salvo. But here, I think here, once you killed the site anchor, right, once you killed the Vice, I think Sen Academy should just go on to B, at least try to go on to B. Cause like you insert a player, a main, okay, he's coming back, but you insert someone mid, right? I think you should just go on to B, cause they don't really have like that much util left to anchor it, and then you can let your Vice start finding lurk timings, cause it's like 40 seconds already. It's kind of hard for you to like pivot, right? But alright, back off a bit. Okay, maybe they're waiting for you to. Then yeah, and then the Vice just dies. Probably like a little miscoordination with the Jet and the Vice. Supposed to like hold it, but yeah, that's a little unlucky. Okay, this play is like actually, what is going on? I was so confused why Soa just dry swings through back all when two of your teammates are like re-clearing mid. And they just killed the Vice lurking mid. Like you're on such a good spot now. It's a 4v4. Right? While your team has mid control. I get it, you want some info to see that if they rotate it off of B main, but you can just jiggle, you can just jump spot. You don't need to fully just dry swing through here. This is what I just don't understand. Okay, and then he gets one, gets traded. Now B should be clear, right? Go on to B. Alright, KO tries to go for a sneaky kill, gets it. Back off! This is what I don't understand. Back off! Why are you coming into this fight? Like, your teammates are nowhere close to you. I think this is a little overheat. Like, honestly, after the first kill, you should just back off. As a defender KO. But, no. Don't back off. Dies. So yeah, I'm not saying that like both teams are not good. I think both teams are pretty good. I'm just saying like, I don't know. I just watched the pistol round, so just from the pistol round, there's so many mistakes that like the NB team were making. So rather than like me actually thinking Sen Academy is doing really good, it's just the opponent making them look pretty good. At least that's Just my thoughts. But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to say. And then lastly, just a crazy comp that I cooked up. I don't I don't even know what I was thinking, but hey, it is what it is. I got Omen, Raze, Fade, Gecko, and Cypher. That is a really crazy comp. I feel like Gecko, no team has really tried Gecko on this map. At least not what I remember. But I feel like Gecko could be pretty good. I mean, post-plant heavy meta. Send the Wingman. Let the Wingman tank the first, right? First defuse. First tap on the ball. Then Dizzy. I think there's some good Dizzy spots. Like maybe Dizzy through this window. And Dizzy over here for AMA. Maybe mid. Some spots for Dizzy's too. I don't know. I feel like Gecko could be good on this map. And then Fade. I just did a Fade raid. I think, hey, my girl raid should be played a little bit more too. You see so much Yoru and Neon, Jad, even Phoenix. Why not try some raids? I remember raids used to be pretty dominant on Pearl. Once like Viper Harbor meta. I mean, raids could still be good on this map. Like right now, you can double saturate to beat the A main timing with the Gecko flash. Like you could definitely take this A main spot. Maybe even show like a freaking Omen flash. And then like a Fade Eye here. Know what I mean? Like 100% you're gonna get this map control. I don't believe that you don't. And then Gecko flash here. Gecko flash over the top, Omen blind to here, Fade Eye here, and then raise the double satchel. That's pretty strong, in my opinion. But yeah, there's definitely some clear weaknesses with this comp, right? I mean, one, I feel like it struggles at just re-clearing mid. You don't really have a drone to re-clear mid. Not a Teho drone, not a Sova drone. Not like a Fade Dot. That's about it. And yeah, also, I'm playing Omen. I'm not even playing Astra, I'm playing Omens. It also takes a while for Omen to smoke on this map. And honestly, the only reason I played Cypher is because Omen can't really do this, like, to cross B main, do this smoke. I just threw in a Cypher, because he got a Cypher case. That's about it. Or you could use a Cypher trip mid to set up, like, a trap play with your Raid and Gecko, maybe Omen. But yeah. Oh yeah, also I picked Omen. I just like, since there's so many teams playing freaking, what is it? Playing Teho, playing Vice. Why not just let Omen just hard anchor on site? Even if they Teho molly him, you can just TP out and play retake. And then you can have like Paranoia. You can Paranoia Pit. You can Paranoia like this. And then B, you can Paranoia the whole backhaul. I think Omen could be decent on this map. I wouldn't say good. Omen could be decent. I mean, Omen ult, hey, maybe you could Omen ult to this corner. Oh, flash something like this. Or you just smoke heaven so you don't freaking peek you, and Omen ult to like this corner. Here you go, Omen ult up here. Flash here. I don't know. I'm just like honestly like yapping at this point, but yeah. This is just a crazy comp that I cooked up. Maybe you could, maybe it could be played like once or twice. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. Oh, 2 and 8. It's okay. Sentinel's got Pearl, and we'll see who wins on map 3. Trust me, Sentinels will win Pearl. Trust. Alright, thank you for watching.